wanted to have a little chat about Lauren's birthday at Disneyland Paris. Her birthday was on the Tuesday, and that was the first ever time that I met Lauren in real life. We've been chatting on Instagram and WhatsApp for a few months. Now, you should always be very wary of meeting people online, just in case they're not who they say they are. But me and Lauren had been videoing, voice noting for months, and I just knew she was the real deal. And what better place to meet one of your friends than Disneyland Paris? Meeting an online friend is always a bit daunting because you can't, well, because I kind of wonder like, oh no, are they going to like me in real life? Am I going to like them in real life? Like, are they how they are on messages, or is the vibe different? Like, are we going to have that connection? So I already had my trip booked the week of her birthday, just fell that way for her birthday. And the more we got chatting, she was like, I think I'm going to book, you know, to have my birthday in Disneyland Paris. And so she did. And then we started like planning, organising. I booked the dining reservations, which I will go on to talk about in a minute. Yeah, it was just so amazing. So Lauren got there, I think 1 or 2 days before me, and she had a full park day without me. And then we arranged to meet up on the Tuesday morning outside the Disneyland park. Now, I was really nervous and not knowing what to expect. As I said earlier, you don't really know, but I kind of knew with Lauren. So yeah. So we arranged to meet outside the front of the Disneyland Hotel near the fountain. So she was there before me, and I remember walking towards the Disneyland Hotel thinking, my heart was like absolutely racing. Just nervous, but excited to spend the day in Disney anyway. I saw her and I walked towards her, and it was like, yes, this is Lauren. She's good. Like, we're gonna get on just fine. There was that kind of like awkward small talk at first, like for the first few minutes, and then it was fine. And she was like, can you please bring me a blister plaster? So that was her birthday present from me. And I gave her a birthday card, and we sat there for a few minutes, and then the excitement hit that we were both going in the Disneyland park together. So we went down the annual pass entrance and scanned our annual passes, and it was just such a moment of excitement. Like, we were there at Disneyland Paris together after talking for so long. When we walked in, we saw Mickey and Minnie walk down from the station, and that was pretty magical. That was a great way to start our day. So then we took a stroll towards Fantasyland, and I had never ridden Casey Jr. as an adult, and Lauren was like, oh yeah, that's like one of my favourites. I did this last time I came in October. We were actually both in the parks in October last year, but we obviously didn't know each other then. So we probably we probably saw each other. So we walked towards Casey's, and I was like, oh yeah, it's going to be fine. Like, it's just a little train ride, isn't it? Just a little train ride for children. The cast member wanted us to sit in like the carriage, which has like the rails around each side of the carriage of the train. I didn't think anything of you know, sitting next to Lauren. So Lauren got in first, and then I tried to get in, and I sat on Lauren's lap, like full on, like squashed her, sandwiched her in, and her face was just like, what are you doing? That was highly embarrassing because I was stuck, and I had to like use the rails on the side to pull myself out of that position, and I had to say to the cast member, can I sit behind her please, because, you know, we both won't fit in this row. Yeah, slightly traumatizing, to be honest, but it was an icebreaker, and afterwards we laughed about it, and I think that kind of cemented our friendship even more. and then we were going, Lauren was sat in front of me, and then the ride started to pull away from the platform. And at first I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is okay. And then we went around a corner and I was like, I don't like this. Like, I don't like it. I don't know what it was about it, but like the corners, like where you kind of like go like that, I was holding on for dear life. Still not over the trauma of getting wedged next to Lauren and not able to get out of my seat. After that ride had finished, we walked to the storybook boats. What's it called? The boats where you go around and go through all the different like scenes. It's really relaxing and calm, and that was really nice. We managed to actually fit together, and with my priority card we were able to like not go on the moving platform where you have to get on the boats. We had like a stationary platform to get on the boat, which was so helpful, and it put my mind at ease a lot. We went on that and we had a bit of a funny moment on there, because as we were just sort of sailing in towards there's like a big Aladdin's cave, like the lion or tiger from it, and it was like deadly quiet, and I went boo and made Lauren jump. I actually got that on camera, so I will try and insert the footage here.
I didn't jump.
After we were done on that ride, we went to the shop, which was Flora's Boutique, which is on the corner of Main Street. Just went in and bought a big bag to put my coat in, so happy days. And it was there because Lauren was wearing a sash which said Lauren's birthday on the front of it. The cast member noticed and she was like, oh, happy birthday, congratulations, would you like to speak to Mickey? And Lauren was like, huh? Okay, what do you mean? And the cast member said, oh, I'll phone him now for you. And it was just magical. Lauren then sort of walked around the counter next to the cast member, and the cast member dialed Mickey, and I'll insert the video of Lauren's face speaking to Mickey here.
Who's this?
Thank you.
You get extra large.
That's what you said you got. I mean, I didn't grab it. But you did grab it.
XL. I just showed you two.
Thank you.
That was the cutest thing ever. So she really enjoyed that, and it just made her day even more magical than it was already. Yeah, it was great, and that's something that Disneyland Paris and Disney in general do so well. Like, their cast members are just magic. Like, they make your trip so magical. And like, just spend a few moments speaking to a cast member, like having a conversation, and they will go out of their way to make your day, and it's just the best. Every cast member I have met has been so helpful, so friendly, and yeah, I love Disney cast members. Thank you for everything you do. We then got a snack from the Boardwalk Candy place, which is next to Flora's Boutique. I got a few snacks actually. I got the Mickey marshmallow, which was like dipped in chocolate. I'll insert a photo here. And Lauren got a cake pop, I think, and I'll try and insert a photo here if I can find it, or a video. I also got the Rice Krispie treat to try, and it was really quite good. Not as good as some Rice Krispie treats I've had, but it was Mickey shaped and I was in Disney, so it had to be done. And we were sitting on a bench eating our snacks, and it was then time for the Dream and Shine Brighter parade, which is just amazing. It is so good. I think after that we went to Phantom Manor to ride Phantom Manor. Lauren had never been on it before, but she'd seen it on YouTube a lot, so it was so fun to take her on there for the first time. She was a bit like, oh, I don't know what to expect, I'm nervous. We were sat in the carriage together and we went round, and she was like, nothing's gonna, like, there's no drops or nothing's gonna jump, is it? I said, no, there's a few like skeletons that kind of sort of move and things like that, but there's nothing that's gonna like really kind of make you jump. And it was so funny because we got round to the bit where it's like, you know, the afterlife and the graveyard, and obviously there's like skeletons kind of moving either side of you as you sort of go up and down these sort of slow inclines, and yeah, it's like you kind of go backwards at one point, sort of down, and then you sort of twist, and it was on that little sort of corner bit there that there's a skeleton that's sort of just in front of you. And I remember Lauren went, "Hi, Han," and the skeleton just went like that, just like leaned forward, and she was like, "Oh!" It was great. Once she'd done it once, she was fine, and that was kind of the theme for the trip, because Lauren hadn't done many rides. She's more of a character person. So once we did a ride once, she was like, yeah, I want to do it again, I want to do it again. So I was really proud of her for going on something like that she hadn't been on before, because I know it can be a bit scary and a bit daunting. So yeah, well done, Lauren. After that, we met Tigger and Eeyore for the first time that trip for me. We had our photo taken together, so I will pop some photos in here for you. Me and Lauren then went on Buzz for the first time together. I think that was Lauren's first time on there, but I've been on a few times before, and it was so funny. You have the kind of like thing in the middle that you can move around, which spins the cart round. So we were sat there, and like Lauren was going to aim at something, and then I'd suddenly like move the handle. It was so funny, and then she did the same to me. I did win though. I've just got a good shot. But I will insert our ride photo here. After that, we went on Pirates of the Caribbean, and that was Lauren's very first time on Pirates. I love that ride. It's probably my favourite in Disneyland Paris because it's a decent length ride. I think you guys will know that Peter Pan's flight is so good, but it is over in like pretty much a minute, maybe slightly longer, but it's over so quickly. But Pirates of the Caribbean, you're on there for like probably 4, 5, maybe even 6 minutes, and it's a really decent length ride, and you're getting a lot of ride for your time, if you know what I mean. Lots to see, lots to take in, and every time I noticed something different. Lauren was very scared of this ride because with the priority pass you have to walk in through the exit, and it is very, very dark walking in there. So that was immediately like, oh no, it's too dark, I don't know where I'm going. And I was like, it's okay, just follow me. So we did have a bit of a wait because of my type of priority pass. We needed to wait for a special sort of boat to come round, and it had just gone out, so we had probably 15-minute wait for the boat to come back round again. But that was fine, it went really quickly, and we got on, and Lauren was like, oh the drops, I know there's drops on this, how many are there? And I said, oh, there's 3, I think there's 3. She said, will you tell me where the drops are? So yes, of course, I'll tell you where the drops are. So every time we had a drop, I was like, okay, there's a drop coming off, and she'd be like, oh! But yeah, she really didn't like the bit, like the incline at the beginning where you've just passed Captain Jack's restaurant and then there's like the slope upwards and you're like leaning right back in your seat. She didn't like that at all. I think it's like the noises and like it's just so like confined, that bit. But yeah, the first drop doesn't really feel like a drop, it's just like a wee. And then we both thought that this trip, the second drop was like felt the worst, like the more severe one, whereas it's the third one that's meant to be, you know, like the biggest drop. But we both thought this time it felt like the second one was the biggest drop. So let me know in the comments if you've recently ridden Pirates of the Caribbean, and you know what you think of the drop situation, because we definitely thought the third drop wasn't as bad as the second. But I'll insert our photo here for you. I was so proud of Lauren for doing that ride because I know how scared she was. And yeah, once she did it once, she was like, I want to go on again. I can't wait. Like, I'm really excited. Let's go. So yeah, you can't beat that feeling of doing something you're really like afraid of, scared of, and then when you know what to expect, it's much better. We then went to Victoria's. I've always tried to get into Victoria's, but it's either been full or it's been closed because they don't open until I think it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Both went in and we had a Venice hot chocolate, which is a hot chocolate with whipped cream on top. So we also both ordered a hazelnut waffle, which had Nutella like drizzled all over it, and it was topped with hazelnuts, and it was so good. It was like one of the best waffles I've ever eaten. And I consider myself a bit of a waffle connoisseur. It was just so good, and the decor in there is just so nice. So yeah, thoroughly recommend going there. Then it was time for yet another Dream and Shine Brighter parade. We can never see enough of those when we're at Disneyland Paris. It is like a must do. If you haven't seen the Dream and Shine Brighter parade because you haven't prioritised it, or maybe you haven't visited the 30th celebrations yet, please prioritise it. Like, it's so good because you can see it from many different angles. So yeah, definitely do not miss that. We then had a dining reservation at 6 o'clock for Lauren's birthday meal at Plaza Gardens, which was character dining. It was my very first character dining experience, well, as an adult. I think I did it when I was younger in the 90s, but yeah, it was my very first experience as an adult. I felt quite nervous going in there because I don't like crowded, noisy places. I really struggle with that. And I also struggle with like types of food sometimes. I'm quite picky. So it was a bit of a concern, and I was worried that we were going to be seated somewhere, you know, really busy, surrounded by people. But as we walked in and we paid for our meals, I said to the cast member, would it be possible to sit somewhere, you know, slightly quieter? And they said, yeah, sure, let's go and sit over here. So it's well worth asking that if you walk in a restaurant at Disney and you feel like you may be uncomfortable, just have a little word with the cast member and I'm sure they will do everything to accommodate your needs. So we were sat, as you walk into Plaza Gardens, take a left, and we were sat up against the left wall near the window. So Lauren sat sort of next to the window so she could like look over the restaurant, which was good because then she could see when the characters were all coming. And when I say Lauren was excited, she was shaking. Like, she was like, I don't know, I can't process this. Like, she was, like, hand on heart, the most excited I've ever seen anybody. But we just sat down, we got our drinks, and sure enough, around the corner, Donald appeared. I thought Lauren was gonna launch herself from the chair to the ceiling. Like, that's the only way I can actually describe it in words, is that, yeah, there were tears, there was lots of jumping around, and I just thought, thank goodness Donald, thank goodness Donald is here. But of course Donald went round to other tables first, so he kind of worked his way around the room, and Lauren was just sat there like, come on Donald. So that was really funny. I've never met Donald before, so it was a real treat to be able to spend that time with him. He adored Lauren. He saw her Disney ears, which were Donald and Daisy, so it was pretty magical. It actually like moved me quite emotionally to see Lauren so happy. It was brilliant. Then Minnie Mouse entered the room and she worked her way around the room. She was very happy and excited to see everybody. She's just the cutest. And again, I haven't met Minnie as an adult, so that was a really lovely experience. And she's just so dainty and cute. Then we met Pluto, who was super cute. He was just the goodest doggo and we love him. Then we met Goofy. And I say it like that because he was so boisterous. He was hilarious. He was just a bundle of joy. He was so funny. So Lauren clocked Goofy pretty much immediately, was like summoning him over, like, come on over, Goofy. And I was thinking, oh yeah, he's gonna go over to Lauren. No, he side tackled me out of nowhere, like proper near-on rugby tackled me. Then I kind of stood up to kind of like get out of the way, because I was like, oh goodness, like what is going on here? He knocked over my chair, and then he picked it up and mounted it backwards, and he was just like riding the chair. It was just like the funniest interaction I think I've ever had, and me and Lauren were just in absolute stitches. We could not stop laughing, and all the other tables were laughing as well. And yeah, it was just the best. Meeting Goofy, again, this was my first time meeting Goofy as an adult, and it just surpassed all expectations. Just absolutely brilliant. It made my day. And Tigger came around to see us, and yeah, he was so cute. And then to our shock, Donald came back to our table, so we got to see him twice. All in all, I would say character dining is so worth it. In terms of food, Plaza Gardens is probably not the best for like really picky eaters, but they did have quite a good selection of stuff on offer. Not my favourite buffet that I have been to. I'd say like the main dishes were kind of a bit limited, but the desserts were incredible. I think I had like 5 desserts and they were so good. So you are paying for the character dining experience, like you are paying to meet the characters all at once rather than, you know, having to queue somewhere to meet them. So yeah, I would say it's really worth it if you would like to meet the characters and you don't want to queue. It's a great way to meet you know, quite a lot of them at the same time. So yeah, I would do it again, definitely. Then when we walked out of Plaza Gardens, it was the illuminations. Like, they were happening just as we walked out, and we couldn't have written that. Like, it was absolutely perfect. We just stood in a little area near the fountain outside Plaza Gardens, and we were watching through the trees, and it was just magical. And me and Lauren were just standing there singing our hearts out, and I think it was raining as well, but we were standing there singing our hearts out along to the illuminations and dancing and watching the fireworks, and it was just the perfect ending to the perfect day. It was so special to spend Lauren's birthday with her, and we are now like besties. We are like the closest to friends now, and I'm just so lucky and grateful to Lauren for just making my trip more magical, because like I'm more of a rides person and she's more of a characters person. So to experience Disney as kind of each other experience Disney is such a good thing to do, because obviously Lauren got to do loads of rides that she'd never done before, and I met characters which I wouldn't have, you know, queued to meet before. So yeah, I highly recommend meeting up with your Disney Instagram friends in real life, because it is fun. After that, I think I dropped Lauren back at her hotel for the night, and yeah, then I went back to my hotel, and yeah, I just had a bath and then went to bed, and it was just the most perfect day, and we couldn't have written it like that. It just happened just magically, as it does at Disney. I think you can spend all the time planning things, and then things may not go strictly to plan. But it just shows you that just having like a dining reservation planned in the evening, and that's all we had planned. So I think it just shows you that you can have the most amazing magical time without sort of planning everything very strictly. I will talk about some of the rest of our adventures together at some other point, but it was just fantastic. And I'm so lucky to have found Lauren, because she is patient with me and my health conditions. She is hilarious. She's clumsy, and I just love Lauren. I actually love her. which is great. Before I end this vlog, I would like to announce a giveaway here on my YouTube channel to say thank you to my subscribers and thank you to my Disney friends. These are what you may win in my giveaway. These are the Primark Disney 100 ears. They are incredibly sparkly, very comfortable. They're made from like velvet plush fabric. And then the second prize in the giveaway is this Disney 100 keyring. It spins around, it's really cute, and I have one on my keys and I absolutely love it. So there will only be one winner and they will win both of these items together. So the giveaway is open to anyone wherever you are in the world. So it is a worldwide giveaway. So all you have to do to enter is make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and that's the first step to entering my giveaway. The second thing you will need to do is like this video. So just click the thumbs up, that would be great. The third and final thing you need to do to enter the giveaway is to comment below with your favourite emoji. So those are the three things that you need to do to enter my giveaway. So again, that's make sure you're subscribed to my channel, give the video a like, and leave a comment with your favourite emoji. So thanks so much for watching, and good luck if you are entering my giveaway. I would really love it if you could subscribe and leave a comment and like this video because it really helps my channel.